Legendary Gamers.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. It is Mr. Worm, your StarCraft 2 Shoutcast announcer. Today we are going to be having a 2v2 on Tyrador Keep, I believe is this map. You know what, I should probably look that up. But anyway, here we go. We do have Buxomize here as the purple Terran. He's going to be in the south position. His partner is going to be Sprinkles. I believe that Sprinkles here is a Platinum Leaguer. No, excuse me. Buxomize is a Platinum Leaguer. Sprinkles is a Gold Leaguer. TheFunk is a Gold Leaguer. And I am a Gold Leaguer. And this is all, of course, random 2v2. Here I am chatting to my ally, just making sure. Of course, I am Red Zerg, and my partner is going to be the Blue Terran. I'm not really sure if I like that rally point. Rally point seems a little long. No big deal. You know, I've seen a lot of worse things. So... Barracks, Supply Depot. I'll pull up the production tab. Looks like all the Terrans are just about even. I think I'm going for a fairly standard build here. Should have my Overlord coming shortly. Here I've got my Overlord sending out here. I just barely saw his SCV kind of skirting this outside position to come check for us. So I pinged the map and told my buddy what was going on. So here we go. Barracks, gas. So it looks like both the purple Terran is getting an early gas, and the Funk here, my partner, is getting... I wouldn't really call this an early gas. I mean, this is standard gas timing. However, it does look as if Sprinkles already has his gas up and running, and that is going to be an early gas. And here he is going for a second gas, so that is a lot of mech play, I would suspect, coming out of him. And his partner goes for an early second gas as well. So it looks like it's probably going to be some kind of double Hellion-style game. Now, I don't remember exactly how this game went down. I do know that it was a very impressive match, and so I figured I would cast it. Orbital Command coming up here for Buxomize. I wish I had names next to these. That way I could actually see what's going on here. And it does look like Sprinkles is going to go ahead and expand. Fast expand. Right about 16 supply, 14 supply. So that's not terribly uncommon for a Terran fast expand on this map. He is getting a tech lab out and starting a secondary supply depot. So he looks like he's doing fairly well here. I have my pull down. Just got my queen to pop. It looks like my queen is rallied to go ahead and drop a creep tumor. A couple of lings out here for me, just kind of looking around. And here goes a very large wall. And there is a Ghost Academy coming up. And that is a very fast Ghost Academy, so this should be interesting. And I did miss this for a second, but it does look as if Buxomize does have a proxy barracks down here, and he is training ghosts down by this gold. And I don't believe that we can see that. No, we cannot. So that is going to remain hidden. And he does have a nuke already on the way. That is quite quick. So... looks like he's got that timing worked out fairly well. Starport coming down here. So this is probably going to be some type of a siege tank marine, more of a standard siege tank marine type game. Probably getting those medevacs, and later he can transfer those into Vikings by having that starport already out. It does look as if I am going Roach. Yeah, and I did just see this factory right on the edge of my vision, and he does a really good job of hiding that red dot. He tries to actually put it in the cracks and crevices here to make it more difficult to view. And that is annoying because it will nuke, it will destroy the refinery in a single blow, so that makes it very difficult. I do have this Overlord over here now, trying to get vision, and that Ghost is just going to hightail it out of there. There is a Cloak coming out, and it looks like we do have Banshees coming out here for Sprinkles. So it looks like we're going to get some Cloak Banshee aggression. I really like this play because if you're doing tactical nukes on top, harassing only one player, all you're doing is harassing one player, but harassing one player can be very strong. And I do hear that tactical nuclear strike going off again. Looks like he is trying to hit some damage from this side here. Let's see how much damage he gets on these actual SCVs. He does manage to take out a couple. I believe he killed 3 or 4. Looks like he did manage to kill 4 of those SCVs. And luckily, the Funk has saved up his energy. He can go ahead and just drop those mules right afterwards. So no real major loss. Does look like we have Stim coming down for my partner, the Funk. And Blue Flame Hellions coming out here for Buxomize. So that's an interesting transition. He's going to go from Ghost into Blue Flame Hellion while his buddy is doing a Banshee harass. And here is the first Banshee out on the field. And I do hear another nuke going down, and here it is. It should be easily seen. However, we have this Banshee here as well. So a two-pronged attack being put onto poor the Funk here. And double Evo chamber going down, as well as the infestation pit. And I don't think he got any kills off of me there. Oh, it does look like I do have 5 units lost. Those were probably some of my scouting lings, though. I don't really see them. However, this Banshee is just queued up to go rally all the way around the map in a big square. Buxomize finally getting this orbital planted. And he is well saturated here at the natural. So no real problem there for him. Let's just go ahead and take a look at the harvester count. Harvester count does seem to favor our opponents, whereas... Oh, excuse me, never mind. I just blew up to 37 there. And my reaction time looks a little slow here. And there is, of course, that tactical nuke going off again. And he doesn't get any kills with that. However, this Banshee harass is, of course, getting slightly annoying. Had he continued to focus down the Spore Crawler, he probably would have got it, but he most certainly would have lost the Banshee there. And here comes another Ghost here, probably trying to sneak around and do another nuke, because he does still have vision on the high ground here. However, there are no SCVs mining here. It looks like the Funk has just completely moved everything over, and he has taken some losses in the SCV count at this point, but nothing too heavy. But it's going to cause him problems. Another tactical nuke, man, I really love seeing these nukes. Nuke play is so interesting to me. And more Banshees coming out. Engineering Bay going down for the Funk. So, here's some shots getting off. I'm kind of assuming that was probably just some kind of a scout coming down there. And at this point, not really too heavy of an army. Let's go ahead and check the army tab here. It does look as if I am actually in the lead with 85 supply. And Sprinkles would be second, and Buxomize would be third, and then the Funk, my partner, would be fourth at this point. And I do hear that nuke going off again. Where is it? Oh wow, this one has got good vision this time. Oh man, I really hope he moves those. And he does pull back, and he does get the nuke canceled. Very well done. Very good job by the Funk. I know how annoying those can be. So, there are now 5 Banshees on the field here for Sprinkles. I'm not entirely sure why he's not doing more harass. I mean, obviously, you've got a turret down here, got a turret here. However, he could sweep in from this side and try and take out some of these buildings. I do have infestors on the field at this point, and I got a couple of roaches down here patrolling, just making sure that those ghosts don't come up and do too much damage. Now, mind you, obviously, this is not exactly what I would call pro, dancing around here like that. You know, a scout. What I really need is I need better vision. And unfortunately, because I don't have better vision, because I'm trying to focus on my macro, this is kind of a quick, cheap little fix. But it's not going to last very long. And it does look as if these two are now amassing quite a few siege tanks here. A couple more barracks going down. Double factory. Another tech lab going down, so Sprinkles is going all out tech. I should say mech. And he does have another command center going down. He's got one over here floating around. So it looks like he's going to try. Yep, he's going to try and go ahead and take this this 9 o'clock position over here. A hidden expansion, so to speak. And I do have Burrow going down. 34 Lings in production. So that is quite a lot of Zerglings here. Now, I can only assume that's to attempt to create some kind of a contain for when they do decide to push out. Because it's very common for Terran to turtle in and then just push with one massive siege tank army. I mean, that is ridiculously common. And there was my scouting Ling, and he, of course, was murdered. And I'm really surprised that... And here I do decide to push in, but those infernal pre-igniters really, really do a lot of damage. I managed to hurt some of his units, but I didn't really do any significant damage. So all this did was force them to siege up and give us a good idea where they are. And here come those Banshees in. Those Banshees are going to clean up those tanks quite quickly. And a clutch fungal growth going down. Oh, that is going to clean up all those Banshees. So all those Banshees do drop, and those infested Terrans probably a little too late at this point. So it does look as if they are trying to create a nice little siege line here. However, as long as we maintain vision of the low ground here, there should be no problem. But I don't think we are actually appropriately maintaining vision. We are not, in fact. Here they do try and push in from the rocks. The Funk's got a tank here, which they seem to be completely ignoring. Fungal growth going down. The Funk is actually BMing me this time, I believe. Because my unit count is so low. He is a little curious where all of my units are, and I can't really blame him too much for that. And just a fungal growth going down on these tanks, just to kind of hold them for a minute. That way they cannot get in a siegeable position very easily. Now, why they did not push around, I'm not sure. I do have some spines going down for defense, but they could have easily pushed around, and all those Lings are going to disappear. That is a lot of tanks here. Yeah, that is 20 tanks, and that is bad micro. And here they are trying to step up. Trying to leapfrog, as it's called. And we do have weapons level 2 coming out, and weapons level 1, armor 1 for mech. And the Funk is doing a real good job with this vision line. And I like the fact that he immediately produced a bunch of Vikings to ensure that he could keep the vision line. However, he really needs to be floating these Vikings over here a little bit better. But I think he's afraid of a Marine push. And here we can see the all-important Terran ant line, as it's called. And if we can cut off these reinforcements, it would make it significantly easier at this point. And here they're just going to kill a couple of my creep tumors and try and deny that. However, throw Fungal down, and then I will actually allow his tanks to do all the dirty work for me here. And I did not get that tank. I could have done a little better job, a little better positioning on those. However, it does look like Buxomize has gone ahead and dropped another expansion. He's got another orbital ready, loaded up. More tanks coming in. Some Hellions on the low ground. This is really a bad spot for us. I mean, that is a lot of tanks, and that is a nasty contain. So, obviously, we're going to have to do something to break this contain. Otherwise, we are simply going to get choked out. And these Sprinkles has already been mining on this expansion for a long time now. It was an aggressive expansion to start with, and so it's going to be very difficult for us to get out of here. And just more tanks and more Marines just flooding in. Of course, they do have combat shield. They are 0-0. However, those tanks, Buxomize's tanks are 1-2, so they're going to take quite a bit of abuse. Lings up here, and that is quite a few Marines actually as well. And it does look like weapons level 3 is coming out, as long as with armor 2 is on the way. So Buxomize is going to be in a commanding lead here as far as the upgrade war is concerned, and he does have the most tanks, so not doing a terrible job. However, when you have a whole bunch of tanks sieged right next to each other, it does really, really hurt. I believe I got 5 or 6 tanks here. Let's go ahead and check the units lost tab. It does look like I've actually got the most units lost here with Buxomize here in second place, because he just lost that tank and he just lost another tank due to these well-placed tanks by TheFunk. He probably should get a couple SCVs here to repair. I'm trying to find out where, because I saw those infestors going around. Here they are. Okay, just crawling around over there. So we still have this contain, and this contain is just getting worse by the